I know when my wife's mad when she gets real quiet because she's thinking, nope, I better not say that. Nope, that's
she's
not godly. Nope, I'll have to repent at church over that one. Nope, so she's just quiet, but she was fuming.
So we're getting a lot of emails, Dad. So I want you to explain again to the audience because I think we're already doing this. So I want you to explain why, because I'm getting a lot of people that are dealing with beavers in other states. Missouri apparently has a lot of beavers.
Al sent me one. It had a diagram. I mean, it looked like a city where no beavers were allowed. They created a small...
There are other people in this battle, just so you know.
There are Beaver Wars going on.
There's a lot of wars.
Which I'm saying, forget all this.
It's nationwide.
So blow it up and start over.
The Beaver Wars are actually... trumps way more than the people running around shooting, burning, and looting. The beavers are causing that much trouble.
So here's the
animals.
So they're all suggesting you put the grate on your pipe to keep them out of there. So explain. We're already doing that, right? But why were there no grates?
Last year I went in there, got the pipe unstopped, put a grate in front of it, so no way they could put mud up in that pipe. I had a grating there.
Yep.
I said
that's what most people have suggested you do.
So guess what my farmer buddy did? He goes down there, and they look over at the pipe with the grating on it, and all that mud and sticks pile up this side of that grating. That's the way it works. It didn't. None of it got in the pipe. So they said, "What idiot! That Robertson guy, what idiot put a grating here? Look at all that mud and sticks. We got to move."
Oh, so they thought you were holding it all back.
They thought, well, you know, that's why don't you just take the grating off and it'll all go through the pipe. What they don't understand is the reason you got the grating is so that you can easily take a Track-hoe with 2 licks and all that mud's gone.
Right.
Open your grating up and the water just goes right on out. But they moved it, throwed it over. I ran up on it this morning. I felt something on my feet, and I said, that feels like that wire. I got digging around down, and then I come up with the grating. I said, this is all they needed. And there's the pipe right there, stopped up.
Yeah.
I made sure I had a grating there. They took it off and said, no, they're piling up too much mud against that grating. I said, that's the point.
So they didn't understand the beaver. They didn't understand the battle you've been in.
Didn't understand it.
They missed it.
They missed it.
So for all of you that have been emailing me, now you know the answer to that. I thought that we did it, and then I did, but I didn't understand why it wasn't on there. So now we know. Some idiot farmer
that had no problem. He's not an idiot. He's my neighbor. And they asked me to do it, but somebody was not using their head when they said, take the grating off. Because now
he's not an idiot. He's my neighbor.
We ran a
battle.
He
just wasn't using his head. Well, he may be listening to this and feels offended. You're supposed to love your neighbor.
Well, we had a 15-foot tree that we ran up in there with a Track-hoe, and we're pulling it with a Track-hoe. We'd bring it back. We'd do it again. 15 foot up in that pipe and didn't break it loose. So that thing is so packed, we don't know how far the packing goes. So whether they did the whole thing or what.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm back to blowing it up.
Well, now you find out you want to get it out of there, just cut the levee, and then you'll just fix it once it's all gone, right?
We're going to cut the levee, and then we'll decide how and explosives.
You got to start over.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got to go in there and try to figure out how to get tons of sticks and logs and mud
out of a pipe.
Out of a 36-inch pipe. It's about 40 foot, 50 foot long.
Because you had your one shot there, but beyond that, we were back to Dynamite. Jase they may call on your expertise.
I told you I specialize in destruction. I found a kind of a rare old penny, and I was trying to clean it, and it dropped out of my hands, and it bounced and went under the dishwasher. Well, that sounds like easy. I could not get to that coin. And so I get up under the dishwasher, and there was a plate there, and I'm trying to move it a little bit. We're talking about it wasn't made in this country. I'm not positive, but I think so. And it just went pop. It popped. And I thought, that piece of junk. I threw it. I threw it to the side, got the penny out. Well, the next time they tried to use the dishwasher, because I don't use the dishwasher. I don't like dishwashers, but I get it. People don't want to wash it with their hands. Right. So they opened the door. Well, the whole thing just fell. The whole dishwasher and everything in it just went all over. Glasses broke, and I hollered out something like, Hey, good, y'all. I didn't know it was the dishwasher. I just heard the racket.
You heard the big crash.
Well, I come
that
in there,
you had caused.
and then it hit me that I thought, oh, well, I caused this. I guess that plate was needed. So
you know, that's the thing about these electronics. There's always that part piece
these
left
days
out.
you tear off a piece, something like that, you got to replace that, Jase.
I told you, I'm great at destroying things. I'm terrible. So look, I man up because Missy's like, what? This? I mean, I've never seen anything just fall apart like this. I said,
didn't
well.
know.
I fessed up because the kids
over
were there.
1 cent.
Over 1 penny. I said, I
Jase,
dropped.
that was not wise.
And that was an
Of course
expensive.
not.
That's an expensive penny.
Oh, the way it's not over.
Well, why did you do it?
I'm just getting this. This happened like 2 weeks ago, and so I fess up. I say I did that. I dropped a penny under there. That's what she said. This was all over a penny. I was like, well, that was a penny I found in the dirt. And she was just, I could tell.
She wasn't impressed, was she?
I know when my wife's mad, when she gets real quiet, because she's thinking, nope, I better not say that. Nope, that's
She's
not
processed.
godly. Nope, I'll have to repent at church over that one. Nope, so she's just quiet, but she was fuming. And
You're
so
looking at her and you're like saying processing. She's going, that mind is going.
I said, hey, she said, were you not going to try to fix it? I said, this is why I'm telling you the story. I said, babe, how long have you been with me? She didn't answer. I said, I'm really good at tearing stuff up. I'm terrible at fixing them. We all know this. Why would I try to fix it? I'm not good at that. I'm just going to make it worse. I thought that was just a plate to make it look nice. But if you want me to try to fix it, I'll fix it. I recommend that we buy another one right now. Just call it a Christmas
American
present,
made, if
whatever.
possible.
Yeah, and let's get one a little more sturdy than this piece of junk. I pulled the side,
Piece of junk.
Blame the dishwasher. And she said, well, I think you ought to at least try since you broke it. I said, fair point. So I go round up the tools, which took, I don't fix things. So I'm looking for any kind of tool that I think would work. Well, none of the screwdrivers or none of the Allen wrenches would fit what I needed. So I ripped that thing off and thought, let me just start over redneck style. And what I wound up doing is I went and got 2 cinder blocks that I dropped on the ground and busted. And I just built a foundation in the front of it. And look, it actually works. The door opens. I thought everybody would be happy. So she goes in there and is like, why are all those bricks under the dishwasher? I said, because that's what it took to fix it.
That was.
She said, we can't use that. I said, no. I said, look, that's it. I opened the door and I said, look, it's fixed 100%. She said, but you can see the broken bricks under it. I was like, but they're serving a purpose. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
I said, when somebody sees that,
it matters.
I said, when somebody sees that, you send them in there to me because I'm going to say, that's how you fix something. And it works. You take, it's kind of MacGyver style, take a bunch of bricks. Because that plate was holding that dishwasher because they want it to move around so to wash the dishes. Well, I just got it where it can't fall over. Door opens, everything's fine.
Yeah.
But it's 7 or 8 pieces of cinder block there.
Brick,
No problem.
brick fix, but it
Go
is a
with it.
problem. Let's take another break.